Well, hello and welcome to another Daily Dominion playthrough against the hard AI. And today we have a rather sad-looking kingdom that doesn't spark too much joy. Why that is, I'll get to in the analysis section. But for now, let me go through the cards and explain what they do. As always, there will be a timestamp for the analysis or for when the game starts if you are only interested in that. So what do the cards do? We have lots of village effects that give us multiple actions. There's Longship, this turn 2 actions, next turn 2 cards. There's a Harbor Village, which is a village, but if we play a coin-giving card after it, it will also produce an extra coin. And Town can either be played as a village or for +1 buy and +2 money. There's also Herald, which can play action cards from the top of our deck after having played it. And there's Taskmaster, which will stay in play as long as we gain 5 cost cards and will give us a +1 action and +1 coin at the start of each of our turns. So loads of stuff to get +1 action. There's also a throne room variant in specialists, which will allow us to play an action or a treasure card from our hand and replay it afterwards or gain a copy of it. And yeah, those were the villages. Then, since this is a kingdom containing some allies cards, there are 2 allies liaisons, which on play or through their conditions enable us to access favors, and Guildmaster does so by giving us favors for each subsequent card we gain during our turn, and Underling does so on each play. The favors in this game are spent to the cave dwellers, the ally, and that means that at the start of our turn we may spend favors to discard cards and draw cards. This is framed as repeat as desired because we can spend favors one by one for this. So this will allow us to cycle through some stuff. There's also Cutthroat, which is an attack card, a militia type attack card, and this one will stay in play until we gain a treasure costing 5 or more, and on that in that occasion it will be discarded at the end of our turn. The duration effect will be finished, and we will gain a loot. So this one, kind of an annoying attack and can lead to some swingy games. Last but not least, we have Courier, which allows us to play cards from our discard pile after giving us +1 coin. And to ensure that the discard pile isn't empty, it will discard a card from that. In addition to that, there are 2 traits which modify kingdom piles. There's Cursed, which means that when we gain a cursed card, we gain a loot and a curse. In that case, it's the cursed card is Cutthroat. So whenever we buy or gain a Cutthroat, we will gain a curse and a loot card. And I'll get to loots in a bit. And also there is the Shy trait, which at the start of our turn we can discard Shy cards for +2 cards. So basically turning the first instance of the card, if we see it in our starting hand, into a laboratory, because we don't need to spend an action for it. Now loots are going to kind of define how this game will go, and I think it's going to be quite the Luckfest. Because loots, there are 15 different loots that on average, or most of them give +3 coins and +a buy and an additional effect. There are 15 of them, but each different type of loot is included in the pile twice. We don't know which how they are shuffled. We'll just gain the top loot by either cursed or after having played a Cutthroat. And there are some pretty powerful effects, especially given the shape of this kingdom. Yeah, I think I won't go through all of them right now, but I think the strongest one is probably either Hammer or Prize Goat here, because there is no other trashing than Prize Goat. Alright, this is a nice segue into the kingdom analysis section. Let me pop up my plot because it really nicely demonstrates what this kingdom is about. There is next to no thinning. Technically, there is some in the price code if we happen to get it somehow, but this is not included in the qualities in the quality calculation for this plot. There's very little draw. Only Longship is a rather expensive laboratory variant, and Shy and Town count as some draw, as well as Heralds, but Heralds only really work as good draw and reliable draw if we can get to thin our deck, which probably won't be the case due to the poor thinning. As I said, there's loads of village support. There is no real alternative ways to gain victory points, and Cutthroat is a rather oppressive attack if you manage to hit it consistently. But yes, let's see how well we'll be able to do that. Yes, since there is no thinning, I think favors are going to be quite nice to cycle through our starting hands. And also we have this starting favor which will affect our opening, because we can decide to use the favor already in our opening, discarding one of our starting cards. Yeah, this also makes the opening discussion a little more interesting than usual, because depending on the split you get, you have different options of buying cards, but also on the timing of spending your initial favor. Yeah, so what is going to be our strategy here? Our strategy is going to be, I think, just going for the cursed Cutthroats, unfortunately, because there is nice stuff to do here, but it's all super junky and going to be very unreliable. So having a few strong cards and loots in our deck will be favorable. I also think we're going to go for 1 or 2 towns to give us a bit of a start of turn draw boost. The village effect is not going to be super relevant, I think. And as I said, probably 1 or 2 Underlings, 1 or 2 Guildmasters to get a few favors to cycle through our decks will be nice. Maybe Longships, but at first I would prioritize Guildmaster and Cutthroats, I think. Specialist also a little wonky here. It's a super strong card, but we might not be able to connect it to our trashers, our good cards that we want to duplicate for playing. Let's see how this goes. I think it's going to be very junky. Alright, back to the openings. If on the 3-4 we have the option of not using the favor on turn 1 in order to preserve our 4 copper turn 2 hand. I don't think that is going to be super productive. I think I'd rather cycle already and get maybe a town in our deck, so we'll shuffle next turn and then be able to draw 2 cards or use the plus 2 coins option in order to get an early Cutthroat in. On the 4-3, I would also use the Cave Dwellers favor on the first turn, hoping to discarding an estate and hoping to draw the 5th copper. If I do, then I'm just getting the Cutthroat immediately. If I don't, I'll also go for the town. And on the 5-2, well, it's Cutthroat and then cycle into the Cutthroat somehow. And on the 2-5, I think I might just skip the first turn and go for the cut through on the second turn and then use the favor a little later. Yes, but I'm not super sure about these assessments. This is going to be a very complicated kingdom. Also, I think Couriers might be very nice in those junky decks to find the good cards from our discard pile. But yeah, let's start. As I said, let's hope to find another copper. If we didn't, then the next, if we had drawn another estate, then the next hand would contain 4 coppers already, so we'd be fairly likely to hit 5 that way. But since we found the copper, we can just buy the town and now see this $3 hand. We can get the underling here. Now we have the option to either discard this town into the next shuffle and draw 2 cards, or just keep it here. I think I prefer just keeping it here, playing it for +1 buy +2 coins, because the last card should be an estate, and getting the first cutthroat into this shuffle. And we get a staff, which is usually a very nice loot, but in our case, it's not a super nice one as so the staff on play. How can I show it? Wait. Let's just also play an action from our hand, but there are so many village type cards that's going to be very unlikely that this is going to be relevant, that we can use that. The AI gains a puzzle box, which is also okay, but not insanely nice. They may set aside a card from their hand face down. And for example, this is nice if you get it at the end of the shuffles. One loot I forgot to mention earlier, which might be nice, is a Sextant, as it will allow us to cycle through our deck quicker and kind of guarantee nice draws. Now we hit 2, but we at least got a favor and we got the cutthroat in play. So the next time someone gets a gains a cutthroat, as this comes with a loot, this cutthroat will be discarded. And yeah, AI also hits us with the attack here. I think I want to cycle through a bit further. Maybe we'll find the staff or the town. Maybe we'll also find just an estate, which would be very sad, but we didn't. So I'll just get another underling and yeah, draw on. Now, what do we want to do here? I think just drawing. Getting drawing is nice. We hit 7 here. Now with 7 we can either buy a 3 and a 4 cost card or just a 5 cost card. I think I like getting a courier and an underling into the deck. Now we get to play 2 of those underlings, draw up some garbage and go to the next turn. The AI is chaining a lot of those couriers already. I like to cycle through the deck as much as possible. And here it's the question, what do we want to get? You don't want another cutthroat, because this would enable the AI to have the cutthroat already in its discard pile again, which it would be able to find using its couriers. As we will hopefully find the courier next turn, we're almost guaranteed, I think. It might be nice to put a Guildmaster or Longship into our deck. There's not going to be any plus buy next turn, so yeah, just going with the Longship might be the best option. We do find the courier. Let's discard this. Now, do we want to discard further? I think yes. Leaving 1 card for the courier to discard is fine, and we hit 4, get the longship in play and get to buy another 4-cost card. This could be another town to be more likely to hit this +2 cards in the beginning of our turns. And the AI now goes ahead and buys the first province. Nice, we get to see the Underlings again. Now, another thing that's nice about shy towns is that we can play our courier without any risk, as we'll just be able to play the town from our discard pile. And since the AI has started to province, I might think about doing so myself, although it might be a little early given the payload we have in our deck. The AI has a stack of couriers, whereas we don't really have that much to show for. So I'll get a Guildmaster here and get through a bit of the deck. Well, we hit 7 here. It's starting to look a little scary, to be honest, with the AI gaining its 2nd province already. I do not like how this game is currently going. And I'm not super sure how to proceed here, actually, because, as I said, just getting the next cutthroat will benefit the AI, or even gaining a gold. So let's just put in a specialist, which we'll be able to play next turn. And the cave dwellers also enable us to find more of the towns. And there I kind of made a mistake. I think I wanted to discard more cards to cave dwellers, but I forgot that if I resolve the shy in between, I cannot use the repeat as desired anymore. Yeah, let's draw here. Let's play this. And now play... This is not good. I was hoping to find the longship. Play this Guildmaster and get another longship. The AI builds up its stack of couriers. It's very efficient at that. And again, doesn't have any discard pile. Let's get through as much as we can. We can gain another longship here. Play this other longship, get +2. And now is about the time when we should start thinking about scoring. I think we got the deck under some sort of eerie sense of control, but yeah, let's see how this will go. Always use up the favors to find a town to get drawing a bit. Maybe we can find another specialist. That's great. We should now play the Guildmaster first, gain a copy of a longship, and now play the town just for money and buy, because there's some junk. We might find another courier, which might have been nice, but to just play this other longship in our discard, but yeah, we won't get there yet. So what I'll do is just buy my first province, buy a duchy or a specialist with that. I think, are we done building or are we not? That's the question. I think gaining a duchy here should be the better way, because we really need to catch up in victory points. The AI is going to get its next province here. We can draw, but then, and also get through some of the junk. But yeah, we don't even hit 8 here. This is looking very scary, especially since the AI is now getting a second province. I mean, we can discard, get through some of the starting hand junk, but if we do not find too much good stuff here, we will kind of way too far behind. Yeah, we do need both of the remaining provinces, so it doesn't make sense to stall on those. But yeah, I think I've severely misplayed this board. The AI was just much quicker on getting all of this, all of its things going. I think I'm just going to double play this longship here. It doesn't make sense to gain a copy right now, and the specialist can stay in play. And we can just wait for the turn where the AI finds all of its couriers and wins, essentially. But let's not give up hope yet. We can... Now, what do we have here? We can play this courier, play another longship. It's important we stay drawing. And now we have 13, which isn't quite enough to get there, but no, the AI just picks up the last province. Oof. Yes, I'm not all too surprised that we lost this. I think I didn't realize how quickly the AI would be able to more or less consistently province, but I also did not build the greatest deck myself. I think I was understaffed on the payload. Maybe one of those underlings could have been a silver. And yeah, just getting the stack of couriers was super strong in the end, because it enabled the AI to first force me to not get another cutthroat, because that would have been enabled it to immediately hit its cutthroat itself. And also it enabled it to always hit 8 essentially whenever the discard pile was full. Yeah, let's try again. And now we are greeted with a 5-2, which I'll just happily take the cutthroat and cycle into this shuffle with the cutthroat in it. I still think the underlings are nice. I don't know why the AI is getting a taskmaster there, but yeah, let's just go very heavy on those loots. We get 2 loots here because we played the cutthroat. We do not get to play this other one, but it's okay. And we can even play the spell scroll as a courier and play the cutthroat from our discard pile. Now, I don't think we want to get yet another cutthroat. For now, we have 2. We've gotten 3 loots. One of those was the spell scroll, but yes, for now we should just try to get some drawing into our deck or some cycling. Yes, let's go for town. This turn is going to be alright as well. I'm not going to use the favor here. I'll stay away from the heralds mostly because they're in these treasure heavy decks, they're not super great. But we could even afford to take a third cutthroat just because the AI doesn't have its cutthroat in the shuffle yet, and we'll draw 2 cards next turn, and also yeah, this will give us 3 more loots. An alternative would be just buying a gold. I'm not sure what is better in these junky decks. We do have the sword to make the AI discard. I think the gold is better than another loot. But yeah, we'll draw 2 cards here, get to cycle 1 more card, have the Sextant and the Insignia as strong further cards, and we already hit 8 here, and can maybe buy a town and a courier. We get to discard a curse there. Now this turn the AI got its second cutthroat. Discard 1 to get further through the shuffle. We'll be able to find a town or a cutthroat. The last card on top here is another cutthroat. Do we want to play them both? Get them both out of the way into play? I think so. Yes, let's play them both. And especially since we also have the sword, and buy the province. Now this turn we do not hit 8, but we do hit a nice hand where we can get a courier and an underling to improve our cycling, and we got the figurehead into play. Now again, we'll be able to play a few couriers, play the underling for now, play another courier, play the town for plus buy, and even hit double province here. Or we could otherwise top deck another town and maybe a let's say a longship. We're very likely to be hit by a discard attack next turn, as the AI doesn't have any of its 2 cutthroats in its hand. So I think I'm not going to top deck the longship, because then these 4 cards that contain some junk, we'll be able to discard 2 of those not into the next shuffle. Yeah, but the AI doesn't. Well, it does have the sword, but not the cutthroat. We can discard here. We can dwell in our cave for a bit and play this courier for something. Let's hope we find another loot. Well, we do find another town. We can hit 5 here. I think I'll just do the strategy of running away in points as far as possible by just playing all of those loots, and the Sextant will now enable us to set up a really nice next turn. We can discard all of the junk here, and this is running so much better than the last game. And the main difference was that this lockdown on the cutthroats earlier. I think the AI has also done the mistake of basically locking itself to those taskmasters. I think taskmasters are a horrible card here, and the AI didn't go for those. It didn't go for those in the first game, but did go for them now. But yeah, here we can maybe play the longship to have a nice next turn, play another copper, buy 2 cards, and just buy province and estate, just run away as far as possible with our points, but the AI is never going to catch up here, I think. Especially not if we again hit such nice numbers. Well, that's actually a lie. I don't want to see the 7, but it's not going to matter, as we can just really run away in points here. Yes, what do I take away from this? I'm usually a loot and also plunder enjoyer, I would say. But in this case, this was just, yeah, a horrible, cursed Luckfest with how you got to draw, and also how you let the opponent run away with its couriers. Yes, let's play this out. Just buy another duchy. We're so far ahead in points that the AI won't be able to catch up, and there we won the game now. Even in 16 turns, super quick in comparison to the other run, which took 18 turns. But yeah, our deck is full of junk, or our decks are full of junk. Neither of us got a prize code in either run. But yes, this is the first loss I'm recording, actually. I've been on quite the streak. Let me copy this for the Discord server, but then show you my nice streak. Yeah, today this didn't work out, but that's okay. I'm not too mad about losing this weird kingdom. With that, I think... Oh, I also just realized I forgot to change the text down here to the 31st. But yeah, with that, I'll say goodbye and hope that you have a great weekend. I'm really looking forward to the campaigns that are going to be released tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a video on them. But yeah, catch you next time. Goodbye.